We do have a new number 3. And look, I'm just gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm sorry. J. Cole, you out. You're no longer the third wheel in this industry. We have a new guy, and his name is... Alright guys, we gotta admit it. J. Cole is not the same J. Cole we all used to know and love and bump 2014 Forest Hills Drive to. It's just not the same. The guy has come, he's gone, and that's just what it is. Now, he's been on a hiatus with the whole African basketball thing and all this off-season stuff. I get it. We all get it. Everybody needs a break, but you can't call yourself the Big Three if you ain't gonna represent. If you want to see more great videos like this, make sure you comment and hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. So, look, it's been a long debate, kind of short but long, of who the top guys are, and it's always the top 3 in every conversation for the last at least decade. We had Drake, Kendrick Lamar, and J. Cole in no particular order. So we always said that J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar were back-to-back, back-and-forth adversaries because you liked one more lyrically and you liked the other one more musically. Most people would say that they listen to Kendrick Lamar more for his lyrics and J. Cole for his music. So now we got somebody that's a hybrid like Drake, who people always put as number 1. So that's like a guy who you can listen to lyrically and like his songs. Now, whether you like Drake or not, you have to give the man his props, right? And you have to give the people their props for putting him on the pedestal that he's on now. Whether we like it or not, Drake, numbers-wise, songs-wise, and everything else, is still technically number 1. So if we're going to do the whole hierarchy thing with the top 3, it's not my personal preference, it's not yours, it's not anybody's, it's numbers, it's everything. It's the whole idea. So for those who say, nah, man, Kendrick's number 1, Drake's not, listen to me. Count the amount of songs of Drake songs you got in your playlist, and then count the amount of Kendrick Lamar songs you have in your playlist, and tell me which one has more. That's gonna give you an answer, because unless you're a die-hard K-Dot fan and strictly into hip-hop only, you're gonna have more Drake songs in there. That's what it is. So as far as the big 3, we always put Drake as number 1 because by default he's the LeBron James of the rap game right now. He's the guy that, as much as you want to deny it, he has everything. He's that guy. So he's number 1. As far as J. Cole and Kendrick, they always been going back and forth. Either you're a Cole fan or a Kendrick fan. Sometimes both, but rarely. It's either one or the other. And between those two, I'm gonna be honest, it probably used to be J. Cole as a strong 2, but over the years, Kendrick has slowly built his repertoire up to be number 2 to Drake. Now, lyrically, I feel like K-Dot is number 1, but statistically, numbers-wise, with the whole package, Drake is 1. But J. Cole, to me, has always been a strong 3 in that route. So even though Cole's 2 at one point, for the last half a decade, a strong 3, right? But if you've been following the J. Cole, Drake, and Kendrick Lamar story as of the last few months, then you would know that J. Cole's not so gracefully bowed out of his feud with Kendrick Lamar, following the Like That remix verse with Kendrick Lamar and the 7-minute drill by J. Cole. He looked at it as if it was being the bigger man to take the bigger step, but most people looked at it as a very unnoteworthy bow out that you shouldn't do in hip hop if you're claiming yourself to be one of the big 3. So a lot of people feel like he sold, a lot of people feel like he tapped out. You could have made history, and right now Drake and Kendrick Lamar have made history. This is not going to be replicated by anybody. There's only 2 people that could do that right now, and that's Drake and Kendrick Lamar. If it was anybody else against Drake, they would lose, period. It's not even close. If it was anybody else against Kendrick Lamar, they would lose. Not even close, period. So the fact that these 2 bulls went head to head, of course it's split. A lot of people feel like K-Dot won, a lot of people feel like Jersey won. So it's a win-win because both stocks went up and people made money and people got streams. They took the copyright off the music. Everybody's happy, right? Plenty of content for content creators. Now, J. Cole missed the opportunity of a lifetime because even though you bowed out, you still got shots thrown at you from Drake and Kendrick. They both hit you with strays, and now you're sitting there looking crazy because you bowed out of a fight and you still got hit. So you should have just stayed with the confrontation stuff, because you could at least been a nice addition to this triple threat of the biggest guys in hip-hop. You know, there's a reason why nobody else is standing out. There's a reason Drake has so many people in his corner. Not one of them got on the song Kendrick, so many people in this corner. Not one of them got on the song. Nobody's going to compete with Kendrick or Drake. These are the top two guys in the nation. There's nobody over them in hip hop. So we always have a third guy. And J. Cole, unfortunately, sir, I'm sorry, you're not him anymore. At this point, I'd rather put Jid over you. And I really like Jid. So who is number 3? That's why you clicked the video. That's why you're watching to this point. I'm sorry to have got you this far without getting to that point. I got halfway through the vid, but I had to tell you at least that part for those who are trying to catch up. We do have a new number 3. And look, I'm just going to be real with you and be honest with you. I'm sorry. J. Cole, you out. You're no longer the third wheel in this industry. We have a new guy, and his name is The Baby. Now, for those who are saying, there's no way I would ever put The Baby with Drake and Kendrick, I would say I normally wouldn't either. But after listening to The Baby for the last couple of years, compared to everybody else and the gap that's been built between Drake and Kendrick and literally everybody else in the rap game, aside from Wayne, that's different, he's a legend, but still, that gap is there. The Baby is the only one that can consistently bring you good music that you like and lyrics. He's went toe-to-toe with Busta Rhymes on the same track, sampling the UGK track. He's went toe-to-toe with Boosie. He's went toe-to-toe with everybody. And most recently, he had the Like That remix verse. He had the Sexy Red verse. I think he did Like That. I know he did the Sexy Red verse. And the one he just did, right, to Kendrick's Not Like Us. The guy is too good. Now, you may look at it like, well, his songs don't reflect that. You're right, they don't. I didn't know how good he was. I thought he was another one of them rappers that came in the pack. They usually all come in one big wave, and only 2 of them are decent, and the rest of them are whack, right? This guy is great. This guy has been killing it since he got out. I mean, whether you like him personally or not, the guy is up there. He's rapping at the level of, in my opinion, a Kendrick and a Drake. He can rap fast. He can hit you with clever lines and bars. He can just rap for the whole beat. Like there's no stopping. Even Not Like Us. You know how fast paced that West Coast beat is? I felt like when I listened to him rap, he had to slow it down just for it to catch up with him. Like he had to slow his own speed down so he can stay with the verse, with the track. And I think that is crazy. When I listen to The Baby, I don't even try to repeat or recite his lyrics. I just let him go on and on. Because if I do try to, I'm going to get tongue-tied, tongue-twisted, and then bite my tongue. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to hurt myself listening to The Baby. I don't want to hurt myself listening to anybody. I just want to enjoy good hip-hop music. And look, this has been a historical event. Drake and Kendrick will be talked about for the rest of the year based on this summer event. And J. Cole could have been a part of it. But since he did what he did, he's out. And you may be like, well, dang, just because he bowed out with Fight, he did the right thing. You gotta hear me out. That is not the only thing he did to lose his spot. That was the final nail in the coffin. Listen to me. My boy, he went off to play basketball in Africa or wherever. Decent. I watched some of his highlights. Decent. Okay. He took a break from hip hop. Okay. Every once in a while, he'll come and drop a verse for Dreamville. Okay, we got like 2 Dreamville projects since then. Not okay. And look, Dreamville's cool, but bro, you are the leader of the pack. Even when Drake was supposed to go on vacation after dropping For All the Dogs, which was horrible, we thought, okay, it's time for him to gracefully bow out. He did do the Scary Hours part 2 or 3 or whatever with some solid songs to let you know I'm gone, but I'm not gonna go out on the bad leg, because For All the Dogs, I'm sorry, it was bad. Like, bad. But when you dropped the EP right after, it made up for it because it was so good. It's like, okay, now you can leave on a good note. When you come back, we're going to fully embrace you. So he was done. And I have to admit, since he had been gone, hip-hop had went down. Nobody was really dropping like that. Ross and Meek Mill dropped their joint album, but are we talking about Ross and Meek Mill's joint album? No, we're talking about Meek Mill and Diddy, and we're talking about Rick Ross really shouldn't be involved in this Drake Kendrick beef. Like, he's getting smoked by strays left and right. So we're not even talking about the body of work they just put out 6 months ago, which was decent. I mean, it was decent, but we're not talking about that. And that's what I'm saying. That, and then the Lil Wayne and 2 Chainz Welcome to Collard Grove 2 album was the only thing out there at the time that would actually do anything. To me, in my opinion, Damian Lillard had one of the best albums of 2023. But of course, it's not going to get looked at like that. He's a basketball player. He's still earning his stripes. The guy is lyrically profound to me. For a guy to have a Wayne on his album 2 times after 2 albums each, I mean, the guy's got it. He top 5 rappers of this generation to me. He's an NBA player, but that's just me. But nobody was talking about that. And then there's been trash albums since, and no albums. With the Diddy thing happening, there's been no albums. So yeah, since Drake left, ironically, hip hop has been gone to and it's been going to ever since then. So the fact that this happened and it brought Drake back and he came at you with some slaps, it was great for hip hop. It brought Kendrick back, who would drop a verse every once in a while that was okay, but now he really hitting you with some heat, and we just heard him for the first time after like 2 years. He's at that point where he's become an artist that's dropping every 4 years at this point. So the fact that we got this out of that, it's a win. It's a win. It's a W. Seriously. J.Cole could have been a part of that history, because who was looking for J.Cole? I'm just saying. Was you looking for J.Cole? Was the J.Cole on your mind? No, he wasn't on nobody's mind. We knew he was still one of the best, but he ain't backing it up either. You got people that's starting to surpass you now, and that's all I'm saying. I just reviewed the Baby's EP. It was really good. I look forward to reviewing his album later this year. Eminem is going to be dropping some might say it might be his last album this year, this summer. So I don't know how things are going to go, but I know that as far as this current generation, the Baby has proved to be that standout colleague. That's all I'm saying. Whether you like it or believe it or not, the guy got it. Does he need to change his music? Yes, please. Have the Baby make Drake and Kendrick Lamar type music. I bet you he will outsell. I guarantee you he'll outsell, because people like him anyway when he freestyles. So imagine him doing some real solid album cut type songs instead of the same club stuff. Imagine him doing some real music. I bet you it would jump. And that's all I'm saying, bro. That's all I'm saying. The Baby is now, in my opinion, of this generation, the third guy. It is what it is. Lil Baby was headed that way, but he fell off. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like we're not giving other people chances. It's just consistency is key. And you got to give it to him. The Baby's been doing his thing. He's still doing his thing. So that's all I'm going to say about it. That's my word on that. If you want to see more great videos like this, make sure you comment and hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys for watching. Please do that. And please do it for your boy. We're still growing. We're still getting there. We're still building. And we're still making great content. So thank you again. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all later. Get some rest, get some action, get some love, and be peaceful. See y'all.